Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, hump day. Woo, woo. That's right, Wednesday, March 10th here, and this is your watch list. All right, looking at the futures here, yesterday we pulled back off of our futures and ended up closing below the 20 there, but still staying nicely above the 50, and I keep watching here to see, are we making higher lows and higher highs? Again, we're kind of watching that 50, and what, even if we make a couple more higher highs, that doesn't mean that we won't eventually change here. We did, test the overall uptrend. We tested it back here. We've seen that we have tested it, but overall still in an uptrend as of right now. But there is a few things that I'm not keen on, and that is the volume. I would like to make sure we keep some good volume pushing up in here. You can see these red bars had really good. The red days has really good volume, where the green days were kind of like, okay. I mean, we had a good one there on Monday, but overall it's just been kind of meh. So keep that in mind as you're buying, especially if you're swing trading. Maybe just instead of taking a full position, take a half a position, kind of test it out, see how it, see if it then continues on. You can always add to it. I think it's really funny that a lot of people won't add to a position when it's already green, but they will add to it all day long when it's red. Stop that thinking. Flip it around. When it's green, that's when you want to add to it because you're already in profit. Okay, and don't forget, if you do that and then you go to sell, just sell it off in pieces, you should be able to select your lot. So if you want like just first in, first out, or maybe you want to keep that first in and want to start selling the later add-ons, totally fine. Work that however you want. Just make sure you go in and you can select your lots. All the platforms are different, so be sure to check with your broker. Okay, so that is the SPY futures. Here's the Dow. We're up right around 100 points and kind of fluctuating around. The Russell's up a bit, but the NASDAQ is cooling off. It had a pretty darn good day yesterday. Again, not as much volume as I would have liked to have seen, but a pretty darn good day. And today we're just kind of taking a little bit of a pause. We're down a smidge here, not very much. So we'll continue to watch that. Watch for any of those cracks in the foundation. Okay, so let's hop into a few charts. Have to talk about Tesla because I swear this is the only thing we watched yesterday. Several of you traded it and did very well. Awesome job. I am terrible with Tesla, with trading it. So I am much better at being able to analyze the chart when my money's not in it. On this one, I don't know why. But we all have that kryptonite, and maybe Tesla's mine. So, okay. But the chart itself looks pretty good. It had pretty good volume yesterday, too. We started pushing up. Would have liked to have seen just a little bit more. But overall, pretty good volume, pushing us up this morning. Excuse me. This morning, we are sitting at 675. So I called the next spot to be around 687. That's where I drew in my line. I'm like, yeah, I thought yesterday it might even get pretty close to hitting there. But that was the next line on mine, was 687 and 687, 688. So that is a pivot point that I was watching most of the day. So that's why I chose that. And it also came in kind of correlating with some candles. So Tesla looked really great. And I guess, we need to talk about these meme stocks. They keep coming back. Yesterday, Gamestop put in a very nice candle. Overall, the pattern looks kind of intriguing. Would I hold it overnight? Probably not. No, in fact, I know I wouldn't. But for the day traders out there, really good setups. You can come in and play these, whether you're playing it off pivot points or fib lines, trend lines. Here. Right? If you'd played this out of the opening range, you could have held it all day. So look for something like that, whether you want to play a 10-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute opening range, whatever it is. Find your range, find your crossover that you like, and then play that and play it consistently. That's what makes us a good trader. Not starting out saying, well, I'm going to take this on an opening range break, but then, I think I'm going to use crossovers or something totally different to then manage it. It just seems it works much better if you stick to a set of rules. And now if that's your rules, I get it, but make sure you have a set of rules and you stick to them, write them down, and check them off every time before you get into a trade, and then know what it is you want to do with that trade. Before you get into it, you should already know what you want to do with that trade. So it makes it a lot easier. It takes the guesswork, takes the emotion out of it as much as possible. But Gamestop, AMC, all of these, KOSS, I think was moving here in the pre-market. So watch all of these excellent, yeah, there we go. See, look at that. Excellent day trading opportunities in all of these. I would just caution, if you hold overnight, it is a very risky play right now. So I would tend to not do that for right now. Okay, so what am I watching for today? This one we've talked about a few times, JNPR. Doesn't really do anything pre-market, so let's flip it over to the daily chart. I really like this for a move of this 50 now up over the 20. We see that we have the 3 pulling a little bit away from the 8. I have some good volume in here as of late. And now watching for the 50 to confirm across up over the 20. I really like JNPR. The April 16th 24s have a lot of interest in there. So I'm going to keep an eye on that particular one. Pins. We talked about pins later in the day yesterday. It really was beat up here, and yesterday we put in a very nice inside candle, just average volume, nothing fancy schmancy, but nice inside candle, top side close. I'm going to go ahead and remove this and this. Start with a clean chart here. So this, watching for a pure reversal play here. I like the 521, so that's May 21, 70s on this. And again, I like this up over the close of yesterday. But be cautious as we approach that 50. You know, it could take a while to kind of churn up in here, but this is a very nice looking reversal play there. Alcoa. Watch this. I think it was last week. We talked about it just a smidge, and then Barbara kind of followed it for us there. I think it must have been last Wednesday because I don't think I was here when all of that happened. But anyway, look at this nice bump up, really good volume that we've had. And now we're consolidating here, just kind of accumulating some good volume, even though we had a day there on Monday of not great volume. Overall, some pretty decent volume here. Nice top side close. You can easily draw, apparently I can't easily draw anything. There we go. You can pretty easily draw in a nice little wedge here if you like to play the wedges. Like the look here in AA. I like the 521.30s on this one. Again, over yesterday's close is where I would look for an entry. Tech trying to make a nice little comeback here, and it's struggling a bit. That's okay. You know, these sector rotations are good for the market. Watching INTC, this one has a very nice. We're just starting to pull the 3 away from the 8 there. We're up over the 20, but I love that all of these came together as a point. Continuation is what I'm looking for here. I like it up over yesterday's high, not the close, but yesterday's high. You can see it brings us in across the top of a lot of these candles here. So I would look at the June 18th INTC, either the 6250 or the 65s. Both those look really, really good. And lastly, didn't set these up as regular trades, but Mara and Riot. I'm already in GBTC, so I'm not looking to add, but blockchain, cryptocurrencies, overall have been doing really well this morning. They're up again a bit. So keep an eye on these as well. I think that these are giving us some pretty good opportunities. I really like Riot getting into this gap. And the Mara looks very, very similar. Although, yeah, we don't have a gap on this one. But I like the look at it, especially here up over 39.95. So, okay, that is it for me this morning. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday. Woo, woo. And if you have any questions, be sure to reach out, heatherc@givingtreetrading.com.